Well, it's week 6. We're wrapping up. Of course, this coverage is brought to you by Alienware, but I'm joined right now with Aphromoo from 100 Thieves
Yep.
after their victory just now against Echo Fox. So first off, pretty standard, easy game, seemed like, from the outside at least, right?
Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah,
Why do you think that was? Why do you think it was so easy?
maybe because I'm support, but other than that, uh, they definitely had the early game comp, and we definitely thwarted what they wanted to do. So specifically, they wanted to target bottom with Pike Pick and Silas, and Mike Young was like pathing towards that. So it was really scary on the level 3 timing. I was like, all right, bros, he's fucking here. So thankfully we outplayed that, but yeah, bang tanked the hook, and I just ate it in the air, and then they came again, and then we had to blow flash. That was a little spook, but after that, they didn't really have any pressure too much. So I really don't know what their win condition is, but at least we played ours pretty well, which is just scaling.
Well, I know that you guys have lost a couple games recently, but it's starting to feel as though the dark days are over for 100 Thieves. Does it feel that way internally?
Internally, no. Still a lot of stress because we still have to perform, be able to make it to playoffs. We're still not, safe. So every day we're still practicing 3 blocks, not 3 blocks a day, at least 2 days or 3 blocks. Lots of solo queue. And yeah.
Well, where do you think the team is right now in relation to some of the other teams?
I don't know. I'm not really watching the other teams until we play them, and then I just forget all about them. So, but I definitely have a high chance for us to make playoffs. If we just keep with the work we're putting in right now, a little bit more, should be able to make the 5th and 6th spot. Don't know if we get any higher than that. Not too sure, because all the teams right now are pretty close. And let's see, CLG, TSM, and TL are pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think CLG is good? Because it seems like, and I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying there was a lot of hype, and then they've lost some games recently, so it's been kind of hard to gauge if they are actually. And you said you don't watch the other games, but I don't know if you catch the CLG ones.
I usually just see their comp, so I don't really watch the full game. So I don't know. Their comp is a little weird. I think this game and the last game versus TL gave TL their bread and butter, Jarvan, Zyra, Khan, and then of course you're gonna lose. And then this game, it was the blind pick LeBlanc, and then they had Zaya Thresh or some shit like that versus Ezreal Rakan. That was a little weird. So I don't know what happened to their draft, but very awkward. I wouldn't expect those picks either, how the draft would play out. So usually it's like not their style, I would say. It's usually like PoE is on the scaling mid, playing Victor, Oriana, something like that. But now they're like branching out, so versus the top teams especially. So I think this week was big for them, and they just weren't able to pull it out.
Well, if you were to guess on which team you could knock out of the top 6 to get your position in, what would you say? I'm guessing it's probably Optic or Golden Guardians. Right
Yeah,
now.
I wasn't saying one of those two. Don't know if C9 is going to keep losing. They're also doing okay. Not too bad, but they did take a 0-2 week this week.
No, they beat
won today?
TSM.
Oh, that's right. They beat TSM. That's right. So we'll see how that goes. But looking at Optic and Golden Guardians, knocking them out for sure.
What do you attribute the changes to recently? Because there was an interesting stat on the broadcast on the analyst test where they were showing like Bang week 1, week 2, and his stats were not great. Yeah. So there was some discussion around whether or not it was like the Ryu fake god stuff or what was really going on. But I'm kind of curious if you have any take on it, especially his performance.
I think performance is just relative to the team success. So yeah, if the team's not really meshing well, being able to make plays, understanding the situation, all that jazz, I mean, it's really hard to get stats as a carry, for sure. But yeah, once the team starts performing and you are the carry, I mean, it's definitely your job, to get the kills, high KDA, CS difference, goal difference. That's all him. So after, made all the changes, came out with this iteration of the roster we're going to run. So we've just been improving week by week, and it's been going a lot better.
What are you focusing on right now?
As the team? Yes. Focusing on right now, number one thing is definitely playing together as a team, figuring out the meta, understanding, what our strengths are, what our win condition is, playing around that properly, and just going from there. And I think it's a lot of solo queue, mastering the champions, of course, because the champions are changing every week. Kiana and Mordekaiser just came in, so that's wrenching the draft too. So all those things together, we're just working on.
Do you have any strong opinions on Kiana?
Kiana's broken. If you can play Kiana well, busted. But I think EU is the only region that's picked up on it so far. I think the NA Kiana has definitely been lackluster, but yeah, when the champion came out, I'm just like, this champion's from like 2100s or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in 1992 with my support champions. So.
Well, would you like to see her played, even if she's OP?
Yeah, she's OP. On my team, though.
Yes.
I don't want to play against that champ.
Okay. So just you need to sneak it through a ban somehow. Okay. Is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. The Travis Gafford interviews. Make sure to check out all of his other ones on what?
YouTube.com/TravisGafford.
YouTube.com/Travis Gafford.
Thank you so much for the promotion, Aphromoo. Thank you for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for watching this video brought to you by Alienware. Now, you may not have known this, but I do like to go to the LCS. Actually, it's work, but it's also fun for me. And wouldn't have been made possible if it wasn't for those grand old people at Alienware. I don't know where I'm going with this voice anymore. I got lost. I'm going to be honest, I got lost. I'm Travis, Alienware.